Hey girl, hey, now is the time to begin scouting for your new location abroad. Yes, sis, now is scouting season. In this video, we're going to talk about what strategies you can implement to begin your move abroad journey. Hey girl, hey, my name is Tanisha Mercer. I help Black women solo travel and move abroad. If any of that sounds like you, hit the subscribe button. Also, don't forget to share, like, and comment on the video below. So let's talk about it, y'all. I'm excited. This is scouting season. Now is the time you need to scout for your location abroad. I'm excited for you. Okay, we're going to do this thing. We're going to do this. So let's talk about how you can begin booking those trips that you need to figure out where it is that you want to be in this world, where it is that you want to travel to, where it is that you want to move to, especially if you're looking at doing a move abroad journey. Now is the time when you want to begin to figure out where you want to go. So what are we going to do to get that, to make that process happen? So it's one of those things when it comes to the move abroad journey, I always say, like, I don't recommend that you go anywhere just take your bags and just go. I recommend that you do some work and scout out where it is that you want to go. Scout means you're going to the place. You're going to the country. You are making a couple of trips there if you need to. You are spending some extended time, okay? One of the things that I did before I moved to Paris is in January 2023. The year before, that summer, now, I had been traveling to Paris for years, since 2017, but I wanted to make sure, as possible. So my daughter and I spent a month in France in the month of August. We spent in Paris and a little bit in London, but primarily in Paris. That was an important trip because I, rented an Airbnb outside of the tourist area, right? I was quote unquote living like a local. I wasn't in the tourist area at all. I got a chance to see what life would be like living in Paris. So I want you to do the same. I want you to go into it with that mindset. This is a beginning step of your move abroad journey. So we're going to book some flights, sis. We're going to book some flights. Before we book the flight, though, we're going to pick exactly where we want to go. That's a big step. Like, one of the things I see in a lot of the social media communities are plenty of Black women solo travelers and Black women who want to move abroad. And a lot of times they don't know where they want to move. It's very vague. One of the things, again, going back, I don't recommend that you just move somewhere without extensive research, which includes actually traveling, visiting, and traveling and visiting that location, wherever it is that you want to go. But you got to start at ground zero. And ground zero is figuring out where it is. Again, I can't tell you the number of posts I see where people are like, I want to move abroad, but I don't know where. Sis, we got to pick a location. We have to pick a country, continent, city. We got to pick those things. Okay, so where is it that your heart wants to go to? It could be Mexico, it could be the continent of Africa, it could be Australia, it could be a number of places. Pick your top 3 to 5 places. If 5 is too many, just do 3. Okay, pick the areas, narrow down exactly where it is that you want to go. Narrow down where it is that you either want to travel around, bop around, or live. Okay, you at least need a region. So if you say, okay, Southeast Asia, then okay, what comes within that? What are the cities and countries that you're looking to go from there? We definitely need to know where. We got to know where we're going, okay? You are not on your move abroad journey until you pick a few locations. So we have to do that first. And then once we do that, number 2, we're going to book some flights, okay? We're going to book some flights. We're going to book some flights. We're going to make some travel itineraries. We're going to make some travel arrangements, all right? So now is that time, again, where you want to start planning your summer travel. Look, you got a couple of holidays coming up. You got Memorial Day, you got 4th of July, Juneteenth, you've got Labor Day. You've got those those are 4 federal holidays, but for most people, especially in the US, you usually can get, people take their vacation around that time. People also, you can take a couple days before and after. You can kind of make those federal holidays work for you. I know that's what I did for years. Honey, I was always in somebody else's country for the holiday. So what I would do is, like, for example, if we got that Friday off or whatever, I would take that Wednesday and Thursday, and then Friday, and it just made it a longer vacation. If we got that Monday off, I definitely was taking off that Thursday and that Friday. So it's a matter of how you want to do it, and I will come back on the holiday. So it's about being flexible, but we're going to go book those flights. It's not real until you book a flight and you have your hotel accommodations or Airbnb. It's not real. It's not. So until you do those things, that lets me know that you are super serious about moving abroad, about doing your travel journey. So we are going to book some flights this scouting season. We're going to make it happen. What else are we going to do? We are going to after we book those flights, we're going to we're going to continue on our research, right? Research doesn't stop once we book the flight. We still need to do our research to figure out what the requirements may be. I say this a lot, but if you want to move there and live there beyond 3 months, we are going to do our research on our visa requirements. We're going to do our research and see how long we can stay in whatever country that is. There's nothing worse than you booking a flight and then finding out that you can't stay there for 3 months. You only can stay there for 1, or whatever the case may be. As a U.S. citizen, most places you get up to 90 days, but you may need some visas. It depends on really where you're going. If you go to certain countries, you may need a visa, even for short-term stays. So we are continuing to do our research. Your research doesn't stop just because you booked a flight or you got your hotel, okay? You are continuing to do your research. So let's talk a little bit about the strategy once you do the trip. You want to live as much as possible like a resident, not a tourist. Now is the time when you want to be able to soak up the local culture. You want to be able to ask yourself, is this somewhere that I actually like? And the best way to do that is not to be a tourist area. Now, I know it may not be possible, but if at all possible, you really want to, if you have to stay in a tourist area, at least take the time to continue to live, to go where residents go. To really, you want to be able to live like a resident. So where are they going to go eat? What are they doing during the day? What activities are they enjoying? You want to get outside of that tourist bubble. The tourist bubble is fine, but not if you are looking to stay there. You really want to live like a quote unquote regular person in the city and state country that you want to move to. You want to live like them. So it is not necessarily during those touristy activities. It is doing stuff like everybody else. Again, where are they eating? Because they'll tell you as a tourist to go somewhere, but where do they eat breakfast? Okay. Where are they eating dinner? What are they doing with their time and activities? What does the culture look like in the place that you are going? The most important question is going to be, beyond living like a resident, is going to be, do you actually like that place? Can you see yourself living there? The best way to answer that question is to live like a resident and not like a tourist. So we're going to figure that part out. We're going to ask ourselves constantly, is this what I thought it was? All right. It's best, honestly, that you go, if you can, that you go during different times of the year, if at all possible. You may love an area during non-tourist season, but baby, tourists come and you're like, oh, what is this? I don't like this. So you need to know that going in, especially if you are in a country, for example, I'll use Paris as an example, We know that Paris from spring to summer is full of tourists. And there are a lot of people who are like, I hate tourists. I mean, residents who say that. Now, if you're a tourist, I would definitely suggest coming here in August. That's when all the people in the city leave. Okay, they're going on vacation. They close these businesses down, baby. People take vacation. They are out. Okay, they are out. So August is often a very good time for you to take a measure of a place in terms of folks are they've left. So you need to just, again, if you can, come during some different times. Again, this is where their research comes in. You're going to figure out, especially if it's a popular tourist town, you're going to figure out when the tourist season is, and you're going to try to book, if you can, outside of that time. But also, if you can't avoid it, go during tourist season, and it will tell you if this is something that you can deal with, or if this is something you can't deal with. For those of you who may be like introverts, you may be like, well, no, I don't want all those people around. I like it better when just the regular local citizens are around. We're going to figure that out. We're going to figure out what it is that you like and what it is that you don't like. But more importantly, like, what is your general impression? Now is the time, again, this is what scouting season is about. Now is the time when you are going to figure out if this is what you thought it would be, if this is what you like, if this is what you don't like, because you might not like it. So now is scouting season. We are going to use this time to figure out if we like the community where we want to move, if we don't like it. And it's okay if you don't like it. You can pick somewhere else. There are so many countries, right? There are so many cities. There are so many communities. Sis, we're going to figure this one out. Good luck on your scouting season. Remember, this is the first step in your move abroad journey. Don't forget, figure out the place, number one. Number two, book those travel accommodations and flights and hotels. We're going to live like a non-tourist, all right? We're going to live like a resident, if at all possible. We're going to ask ourselves, what do we like? What do we do not like? What is our general impression? And the other point is we're going to continue doing our research. We're going to figure out what we need to do to get to that country, to live in that country, to stay in that country. And we're going to make changes as needed. If we don't like it, it is okay. It's okay if we don't like something. We're going to find out. All right, sis, until the next video, don't forget, subscribe if you haven't already. Happy scouting, and I will talk to you later.